Hello friends, today we are going to cover the recently announced 𝗪𝗧𝗥𝗡𝗪𝗘 deal worth up to $1.35 billion. So let's dive right into our framework. First, we will look at the product value proposition and market fit. Then we will move on to market access and commercial strategy. After that, we will assess the financials and valuation before wrapping up with risks and catalysts. 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗡𝗪𝗢 is a small molecule radiotherapy using lutetium-177 or actinium-225. It targets ACP3, a biomarker found in prostate cancer, offering a fresh alternative to the crowded PSMA-targeted therapies. Preclinical studies show ACP3 can match or even beat PSMA levels in some tumors, which could mean better targeting and fewer side effects. Plus, this deal gives BMS access to PHILICHEM's unique alpha-actinium production tech, boosting their ability to create alpha-emitting drugs. With a real need for options in PSMA-refractory patients, 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗡𝗪𝗢 has a solid chance to make a difference. Next, let's discuss market access and commercial strategy. BMS is expected to benefit from the regulatory frameworks established by Pluvicto and other radioligand therapies, expediting 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗡𝗪𝗢's development. However, to strengthen payer appeal, the therapy must demonstrate improved quality-adjusted life years or QALYs, response durability, and cost per responder compared to PSMA-based alternatives. This will be crucial for broader adoption and market access. Additionally, real-world evidence or RWE demonstrating better outcomes in patient subsets who are non-responders to existing therapies will enhance the value proposition. To ensure successful market access, BMS will likely need to collaborate with nuclear medicine centers, secure reimbursement through value-based contracts with payers, engage with health technology assessment or HTA bodies, and develop a companion diagnostic for ACP3. These strategies will be vital for the commercial success of 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗡𝗪𝗢. Let's now turn to the financial and valuation assessment. Our analysis indicates that BMS stock has underperformed due to investor concerns regarding its immunology pipeline and declining revenues in some legacy oncology assets. However, strategic acquisitions like the one announced today are expected to reverse this sentiment, particularly if pipeline milestones are achieved. Assuming a successful Phase 1 trial by 2026 and a regulatory filing in 2028, 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗡𝗪𝗢 could launch commercially by 2029. Peak global annual sales are estimated between $800 million to $1 billion depending on market penetration and clinical differentiation versus existing therapies. Applying a 10 to 12% discount rate, we estimate the net present value, or NPV uplift, for BMY stock to be between $2 and $3 per share based on 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗡𝗪𝗢's long-term contribution. However, it's important to note that this is contingent on successful trials and favorable regulatory outcomes. In terms of earnings per share or EPS impact, upfront investments and early-stage R&D costs are expected to weigh down EPS slightly in 2025 through 2027. However, starting in 2029, royalty income and the commercial launch are anticipated to contribute between 10 cents to 20 cents in EPS uplift annually based on moderate uptake assumptions. To align incentives and de-risk the deal for BMS, a CVR structure could be considered linking future payouts to milestone achievements such as Phase 2 readout, regulatory approval, or commercial thresholds. This would offer upside to existing investors in the event of successful development. Moving on to risks, the primary concern is clinical viability, as 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗡𝗪𝗢 is an early-stage asset that still needs to demonstrate safety and efficacy in humans. There is also significant competitive risk, as any novel PSMA-based radioligand therapeutic with breakthrough efficacy or safety could erode the value proposition of ACP3-targeted therapy. Regulatory delays or manufacturing challenges related to radioisotopes like actinium-225 and lutetium-177 also pose material execution risks. BMS's mitigation strategy includes leveraging Radiopharma's existing radiopharma expertise and ensuring parallel development of a companion diagnostic. Finally, let's discuss catalysts and timeline. The deal closing is expected in Q3 2025, and the initial regulatory filing is likely in the same period. Early Phase 1 clinical data should be reported by late 2026. In conclusion, the 𝗪𝗧𝗥𝗫𝗀 deal is a strategic move that enhances BMS's position in the radiopharma domain. By targeting the novel ACP3 biomarker, 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗢𝗥 offers a differentiated approach compared to existing PSMA-centric radiotherapies. While there are risks and challenges associated with bringing a novel radioligand therapy to market, the potential rewards are significant. The financial implications are substantial, with peak sales estimates ranging from $800 million to $1.2 billion and an NPV per share uplift of $2 to $3. The 𝗪𝗡's contribution is expected to grow starting in 2029. Given the early-stage nature of 𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗢𝗥, a contingent value right or CVR approach is recommended to manage downside risk. Overall, the deal strengthens BMS's long-term radiopharma leadership and promotes innovation in the field. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Have a great day.